Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? Let me mess around with this camera a little bit. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Tammy Morrison, and I'm coming to you because I want to share with you how to journal, in order to improve your life. And so today I'm using this amazing spotlight because I live in the Pacific Northwest and it is beautiful while it is beautiful outside and there is snow. It is no sun. So I like to use the natural sunlight. So today I'm using this clip light, and it is providing me with more light than I thought I could need, without having to turn on lights and use the natural light, which is always amazing. So again, we're talking about how to journal for self-growth. And I'm going to give you 5 tips, maybe more, but to journal to help you to, stand in that space where when you're journaling, you're able to actually make some change and shift things in your life. So we're talking about how to journal for self-growth. And so what I want to talk about is I want to actually share what journaling is. So journaling is the regular writing or recording of random thoughts, lists, pictures, doodles, observations. It could be, creative writing, writing down your feelings or doing memories. And some people will say that a journal is the same as a diary, and that is absolutely not the truth. A diary is just a book that you record things as they happen and, as you remember them and things like that. A journal is actually intentional. So when we started thinking about journaling, many times, excuse me, y'all, many times we're in a space of transformation, a space where we know that it's time to make shifts in our life. And so, what I know about journaling is if it is done properly and it is done regularly, it can help you to heal and help you with your self love journey. It can help you with forgiveness because a lot of times we have things in our life that we hold ourselves to the carpet on, things that, we did when we were young. We made mistakes, and I call them lessons. We had many opportunities for lessons, and that to me feels good. And so, as we're on this journey of discovery, and I am on that journey, and so that is how I can come on here and share that with you. But as we're on this journey of discovery, journaling has been one of the things that has really helped me. And so, I really want to share it with other people because I know that if it helped me, then it's going to help other people. And so you might be thinking that, maybe it's too difficult to journal. Maybe it's something that other people do. And maybe that you've started that in the past and, and haven't been able to, um, continue to process or haven't been able to write anything, or you looked at the page and you had 2 sentences on there. So this video today is to help you with that because I know how that can be because that is exactly how I started. Although I've always been a writer, I've been writing since I probably could write. I have written lots and lots of articles, and I've actually published 3 books, and I'm working actually on 3 more. But journaling sometimes is a challenge. And for me, I know that it's a challenge because it's something that typically um, it seems like a process, and that's what I feel like for it. And so, one of the tips that I'm going to give for journaling is, start off where you are. Don't try to make it something that you're not. Don't try to make it into, if you're not a writer, then don't try to be a writer. Just write down the things that you want to write down. And so you can do daily journaling, which is something that I try to practice. That's my goal, actually. I don't always make it. So I'm sharing that with you. I'm being transparent because I don't always make it. I love to journal and I try to do it every day. It is my intention to do it every day. However, some days I just don't feel like it. And when I don't feel like it, I don't do it. So that's one of the things. So you want to start off in gratitude. That is the first thing and the first tip that I can give you to start off. And you might want to start off with, I'm so grateful for my children. I'm so grateful for my life. I'm so grateful for beautiful weather. Just simple things that you are grateful for. So you want to start off simply. You want to start off simply. And then number two, you want to drop any judgment of what you're writing. So you don't want to judge what you're writing. You just want it to flow out of you. Now, let me back up, because the first step to this process is getting centered. And so what I recommend my clients to do is to sit and to take some deep breaths, connect with your breaths. And I say anywhere from 7 to 21 breaths is good. 3 breaths, even you can do 3 breaths, but I would recommend 7 to 21 breaths. Deep breaths, like you take when you go to the doctor. In, hold for 4, and then breathe out for more than 4. So typically I breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and then breathe out for 6. If you can only do 4, do what you can. Don't stress yourself about technique. So, but it's all about intention, connecting to the breath. So getting yourself in that space. And then getting in, number 2 would be getting into that space of gratitude. You want to get into that space of gratitude. And I already shared that already, but the way to do that is just to start simply by just being grateful for life. Being grateful for being here at this time in this space, being grateful for your children, the people that are in your life, your partner, your dogs, your cats, your animals, the people that you work with that you like, being grateful for just those things. And then going deeper, the more you journal. Each day as you journal, go deeper into your gratitude, and you'll begin to find more things to be grateful for. And number 3, drop all the judgments. You want to not judge what you're writing. You want to not judge what you're looking at. To be honest with you, there are times when you need to shut off everything. Social media, you need to shut off definitely the news. You need to shut off some TVs. There are some shows that you should just shut off at that time when you are trying to be in that space where you're dropping all the judgment, because those things start creating judgment for you, and you start being a judgment person instead of stepping back from all of that and not judging. The other thing is you want to not hold yourself to the carpet if you're not creative. You just want to write. This is what the goal for this is, to get these things out of you and to begin to decide what it is that you desire to do. So these are some of the things that you want to do. You want to actually, take some time out and journal about different things in your life. You want to journal about different things in your life. You want to address things like the stress that you're dealing with. You want to address things like the fear that you are feeling. You want to address things like the anxiety that you feel. You want to address things like the pain that you feel. For me, I had a day where I just journaled about the pain that I was feeling, because that day was a day that I was feeling a lot of pain. That was a day that I was feeling a lot of pain. And, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia quite a few years ago now, back in 2010. And I've never experienced it to the level that I had experienced it at this time and on this particular day. And so I journaled about the pain that I was feeling, and I described the pain, where it was and how I was feeling and how it made me feel. And so that for me was transformative, because I needed to get that out. And so what it did for me was it actually helped to reduce the pain. Now, of course, I did some other things. I did some plant medicine, which absolutely helps. And I also got in the bathtub and I soaked. And I also did a stretching exercise routine. That also helped. So there are other things that helped, but the journaling was good to help me to get that out and to not feel, because I typically don't talk about it, because I am a person that I don't like to whine about my problems. I've always been that way. I don't like to whine about my problems, because I feel like so many other people have so many bigger problems than I had. And so that's something that, I have been working through as well, but I don't talk about it like that. So journaling helped me to process that, because that pain was worse than pains that I've had in the past. And so, but that's a way that you can do that, and another thing that you can do is you can begin to look at all of the things that you are going through. Look at your stress. And I'm not talking about looking at them all at once, one in one day. Just start picking them apart little by little. Why am I feeling this stress? Why am I feeling this anxiety? Why am I feeling depressed? Is there something that I can do to make this shift and that change? Now, there are so many things that you can do. And many times as you begin to journal, you will start to channel those messages to yourself. Because, a lot of times people want to channel, and everybody's talking about it now, and it's all the buzzword, and we're channeling, and everybody's channeling, and you're channeling whatever. But the thing is channeling is just connecting and receiving the messages that you need for your life or for others. And so you begin to channel. The more that you begin to connect, the more that you begin to write, the more that you begin to feel into these things, you will begin to channel messages for yourself. You'll begin to get your own messages where you won't even have to go. So we're talking about how to journal. You won't even have to go and get any guidance from anybody else. It'll just be all about you. And so that is such an amazing benefit of journaling. It's such an amazing benefit, such an amazing benefit. And so you want to put a time in your mind to do this. So, and I'm not talking about, I'm going to journal at 8 o'clock. I'm going to journal at 5 in the morning. No, I'm talking about a time for you within yourself to do it. Because I journal at different times of the day. Sometimes I journal in the morning, which is not typical because I'm not usually even up that early unless I'm getting off work. And then that for me is not a time to journal, but a particular time where you can sit down and connect. So if your time is 11 o'clock one day, and then the next day is 3 o'clock, or the next day is before you go to bed, it doesn't matter. It's just, the point is getting a process down for you to be able to do it. And the point is setting intentions so that you're able to do this, and that is important to you. I mean, creating a level of importance where you can be able to get these words out of you and get these thoughts out of you, and to connect with your breath and connect with your spirit team. Because truthfully, journaling is a way of connecting to God, to the universe, to source. It's a way of you connecting, not going through anybody else, not going through, the pastor, the prophet, the teacher, the sage, the whoever, not going through the medicine woman, the medicine man, not going through any of those people, but going straight directly to the source, to the God source. And so as you begin to step into these spaces, and as you begin to really move and get motivated with journaling process, it'll become such a good space for you to be in, that is where you want to be. It's where you want to stay. So I encourage journaling, and I actually teach it to my clients on a regular, and my in-person clients, I actually give them a journal with their first session. I give them a journal. That is something that came to me to do. I didn't ask anybody. I didn't see anybody else doing it, but it's something that I felt so called to do, and God has provided and blessed me to be able to do that. So because everywhere I go, if I go places, I'll see cute journals and I'll buy them. And sometimes I didn't even know why I was buying them. And this is another aspect that journaling has helped me to do, because I actually wrote stuff down that I wanted to do, and things I wanted to be, and things I wanted to embody. And I wanted to embody a consummate healer, somebody to help people to transition, to shift out of those negative patterns and realize that the sky is not the limit, that there is no limit to realize that you can do anything that you desire to do. And I can help you by helping you to remove the blockages that you have placed many times on yourself. Some of them have been ancestral. They come from our lineage and our history. A lot of them are in our DNAs. And the thing is so much trauma that we have within us that we carry 7 generations back. I just watched a video, and this is something that I knew, but to hear it was amazing. But we carry trauma. They have documented that we carry trauma at least 7 generations back, for some more than that, 10 and 12 and 14. So way back, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700 years worth of trauma. And that is in addition to the trauma that you have of yourself, the big T trauma that you have. You know, maybe you had a horrible divorce or a horrible breakup. You know, maybe you were in a situation where you were a different gender than you felt. And so you dealt with that all of your life, and you always felt like you had to hide. And now you want to do business. So what you can do is you can start journaling on those feelings and get them out, and then ask for guidance as you're journaling to bring forth the messages that you need to help you to shift. You know, it's so many things that you can do with journaling. And so I hope that this has found you in a magical space, because to be honest with you, that is the space that I am in. That is the space that I have intended and set in my heart to stay, is in a magical space. And so if you would like to join me, I'm actually in the process of creating magical spaces. So if you would like to join me in a magical space that I'm creating, reach out to me or send me a message or comment below and say, I would love to join you in the magical space that you're creating, because that is my mission, to create a magical space of community so that we can all come together. If you have questions, you can answer. I am not a guru. I am not your guru. Taken from Tony Robbins. I am not your guru. I am simply a person that has been placed here to help people to transition and to shift. I am a soul alchemist. I am a person that understands and that can come from a non-judgmental space, because, you know, when you've been through a lot in your life and people have judged you all of your life, you can be non-judgmental. And because I have a life path of 9, to me, that is so profound, because I have always been a person that liked to help people. I've always been self-sacrificing, which is the part of me that I am healing, because I am a humanitarian, which is what the Life Path 9 is. I love to give, and I do so. However, I don't want to give at my own detriment at this time. And I'm learning how to marinate and how to integrate that into my life. And I hope that you will join me, because that is a path that is so amazing. And I really absolutely love this journey. And so for me, you know, just being able to come on here and just share this with you, I would just love it if you would, you know, join me. And let's do this. And also continue to like and follow and share my videos out so that I can get this message and these messages out to the world, because the world needs to hear this. So if this actually if you felt this and it meant something to you, then share it out to people that you know are in this space of creating magic, because that is really my mission and my goal in this life, is to help you create magic within you. And if you can do that by watching all of my content on this channel, my content on TikTok, you know, even some on Facebook. But if you can do that by watching that content, I am so excited. However, if you would like to go deeper with me, I have sessions that are available. I have packages that are available. And I also do a 3-tier pricing structure. So I have from the low end to not even the really high end, but from the low end to a higher end. But I have a 3-tier pricing structure so that, you know, I can help people that, you know, maybe you don't have $500 to do a session, you know, that kind of thing, because I'm interested in helping people to shift. I'm interested in helping people to grow their magic, to understand that the magic is inside of them. It's not in a pill. It's not in a guru. It's not in anybody else. It is inside of you. So again, thank you for hanging out with me. And I hope that you begin to make journaling a process and a practice that works for you, a practice that can help you heal in your life, a practice that will help you shift those things that maybe it's taken you a while to shift. Maybe it was harder, for you to shift in that. Maybe it was something that, you felt, but you didn't think that it would work for you. Or maybe it's something that you saw. If you watch some videos, you've seen some people, you follow some folks, because we all follow people on this platform, of course, and all the other ones, but you saw some folks and stuff, and they said, oh, well, I did this and I did that. And you tried to do it, but it didn't work for you. Why? Probably because you didn't get in that energy. Because one of the first things I said at the top of this video was that you should connect with your breath. Allow your breath to guide you. Connect with your breath. When you connect with your breath, you begin to connect with the Holy Spirit. You begin to connect with the God source, your angels. You begin to connect with your spirit team. And so when you begin to do that, then it makes it easier to get into the flow and to also be able to make those shifts and do those things, because you're not just doing them, but you're doing them in the energy of change. You're doing them in the energy of flow. You're doing them in the God source energy. And so as you begin to do that, I'm telling you, your life will significantly change. And I'm here for it. And I would love it if you would share with me in the comments, if you watch this, and come back and share and say, hey, I did that and it really helped me, because that really inspires me to continue to keep getting out here and sharing and doing the things that I'm doing and helping people to heal in ways that they don't even understand, magical ways where they, people have gotten off of, their psych drugs, off of their anxiety medications and things like that, just by connecting to their spirit team, connecting to their breath, and learning and creating a journaling practice. So I thank you so much for joining me. And I hope that you are having the most magical day, and again, my name is Tammy Morrison, and I would love it if you would smash that subscribe button. And I would love it if you would like and share this video, and also watch the video that's behind it, because I'm sure that it's something that is going to be magical for you and it's going to change your life. So again, thank you for hanging out with me. Bye now.